Hey, how's it going? So, I just wanted to make another Campervan update video. It's been a while, and I've got a lot of new stuff for my van since the last update video I made. A lot of, specifically a lot of custom upgrades that I got for my van. Things that I wish I had last year in my smaller van that I outfitted in this van. A lot of cool stuff. I really hope you watch all the upgrades I've made to this van and all the things I've purchased. Also, if you look in the thumbnail photo, that was a picture of the top of my head, and I think I'm officially going bald. I've always had, ever since high school, I've always had like really thin hair, so that's why I started shaving it. And I noticed a while back that I have this some kind of lump or horn or something growing. I don't know if you could see it or not on the top of my head. Do you see it? Well, yeah. I think it's either a horn or a sebaceous cyst. Sebaceous cyst. I've had a sebaceous cyst on my back before, and it was a really big one, and I had to go to the hospital to get it drained, and it was very painful and gross, and they had to stuff it with gauze. It was like a month and a half long process. I don't even think it really healed, so I think that's what's on top of my head. But, and the fact that I'm like totally going bald. But I don't really care. I never really cared about being bald. You know, some people focus on different insecurities. They prioritize different insecurities about themselves. And that's not one of mine that I focus on. I never focused on pimples and baldness. I don't care about baldness or like bumps and scars and scrapes and all those marks on my skin. I never really cared about that, thankfully. And today I just got back from I don't normally eat at restaurants, but there are certain restaurants that I like to eat once in a while, because I don't like eating food that other people made. I prefer to make my own food, because I don't know where it's coming from, and I've had bad experiences from restaurant food. But this restaurant that I went to today, that is one of my favorites, it's a really ethnic restaurant, and they have a certain type of ethnic food that you can't get anywhere else. And the only problem with that restaurant is that there's no customer service, and they're so mean to you that by the time you get your food, which takes forever, you kind of like lose your appetite. But when you eat the food, it's worth it in the end. So I always just, you know, stand my ground, and I try not to flip out, and I get the bag and my appetite's lost, and then I go and I eat the food, and it's like, oh, it's really good food. And I asked the guy for a receipt, and it was like the whole earth stood still. And he looked at me and he said, "If you want a receipt, $2, you got to pay $2 more." So I was just like, oh man. I was like, whatever, you know. I don't want to like lose the ability to eat at that place, because it's one of the few restaurants I actually eat at. So I'm just going to show you all these custom upgrades that I added to my van. And namely, right now I'm in stealth mode. If you see these Reflectix panels that I added, and they're amazing. I made them with magnets and Reflectix and duct tape. And that's one of the things I'll show you. I'll describe why I made them and how they help. I'm going to show you another heat shield windshield visor that I bought that's on the front windshield, and it's custom. It's really nice. It serves the same purpose as these Reflectix panels. I'm going to show you my showering system that I've developed. It's still kind of I'm still experimenting with it. I haven't really tried it yet, but I'll show you what my showering situation will be. I also have other things, little things I'll show you. Very interesting things that if you like vans and stuff, I think you'd enjoy. Anyways, check it out, and thank you so much. I got the whole rear half of my van professionally tinted with limo tint. Prior to getting them tinted, the van came with factory tint, which is, I believe, 25 or 30% grade. So now I have almost 100% or 95% privacy just from the windows alone. So that's a major lifestyle upgrade for this van. And they do a really good job, cheap price, and they use a very thick film for their tinting. So I'm very happy with it. It's not perfect, but it came out great. I made window covers for privacy, and I used Reflectix, duct tape, and magnets. It's not my original idea, but they came out really well, and they keep a lot of sunlight out of my van. I didn't do this window because there's still plastic trim, which I'm going to keep around my sliding door, so I'm just going to use a blackout curtain and magnets to secure that to that window. But right now these are keeping about 15 degrees out of my van, or 10 or 15 degrees out of my van. If I just lift this right here, you could feel the heat seep out of the window, and it's amazing how much these reflect sunlight out of my van. So this came out really nice, and it gives me privacy, so it's great. I got a custom heat shield windshield visor, sun visor for my windshield, and it's custom made to fit this van. As you see, it fits perfectly. Let me show you from the inside. Okay, there goes my custom windshield visor from the inside, and you see it's really big because my windshield's humongous, and it fits perfectly. Keeps a lot of heat out as well. Installed custom vent shield visors for my windows. This specific model for this van, they only let you open the window ½ inch pretty much, and they're almost useless. Slightly useful, I guess, if you want to open the window for air. Only ½ inch, that is. But they look really cool though, so yeah. I got a custom molded floor covering for the front of my van, and it's very important to me because it keeps a lot of bacteria and dust and leaves and debris out of the back of my van. You could see all the nasty stuff it already caught, and it's very durable. It's a thick material, and I like it a lot. It only goes up to here though, so I put one of the old floor mats there to just keep bacteria and dust and debris off that piece of carpet. And when I start traveling in this van, which is really soon, I'm basically going to take my shoes off and leave them around here before I enter the back part of my van. I got a high definition dash cam for my van for security. It's a 2-channel. It has a rear camera. I really can't find a place to install it in the back because I have flat windows, but I'm still thinking that out. And I always wanted to be a dash cam guy, so now I am. I bought a very high quality 500 watt pure sine wave power inverter. Prior to this one, I had a very cheap 400 watt Walmart power inverter that I thought was really good. But I did more research, and it turns out you need a higher quality pure sine wave inverter for higher tech devices. So I got this, and it should work well because it's expensive and it's high quality. This emergency breaker switch that I installed stopped working for some reason, so I just hardwired the hot wire to the fuse box for now. So now I got clean, high quality power from my battery. I installed a secondary accessory power outlet on top of the old one I installed, just for extra power if I need it. I haven't really wired it to the fuse box yet. Never in my life of traveling and owning a van did I ever think I'd have a refrigerator in my van. But I bought this refrigerator. It's a dual zone refrigerator freezer. I could have that's controlled by putting a divider in the middle. I don't know how it detects the divider, but it's a perfect size. I didn't want anything too small or too big because I cook most of my food I cook, and this really changes the game for my health. Hopefully not putting beer in there. You know, that's the tough part. But this is amazing. I saw one other guy that they say that you should insulate this with the same material on my windows. It works well, Reflectix, and I copied what he did. He put 2 layers of the scraps on the inside, and I used professional super glue to adhere that to the inside of the lid, adding a little more insulation to this refrigerator. I'm also going to make a custom do-it-yourself jacket for this refrigerator with the scraps of the Reflectix from the windows. It works really well. I got it set for 40. It's pretty accurate. It has Bluetooth. I mean, wow. Look at the size of this. So much space. You could take these out. It's beautiful. I hope it doesn't break. And that's my new refrigerator for my van. And freezer if I want. This is the heart and soul of my showering system in my van. By the way, I bought a accessory polarizing lens for my dash cam just to give me a higher quality image. I think it's really cool. But yeah, this is the heart and soul of my showering system. And I learned the hard way last year that bathing, if you don't bathe while traveling in a van, well, last year obviously my van wasn't this tall, but if you don't bathe in a van when you travel, it makes me really depressed to not sleep clean and have the ability to clean your body. So I bought this propane portable battery powered water heater that also runs on AC power, which obviously I could plug into my power inverter. But this is a very unique, I think, high quality device. It has a lot of bad reviews, but those people probably didn't know how to replace simple things, because it has like a small deep cycle battery in the bottom, which I know how to replace because I have scooters and stuff. So it's a beautiful device, and so far, see, this is just from battery. You could hear the starting, the electrical starter, and it has this, and it has a hose, quick release hose inputs, and it has a pump, electrical pump that sucks water from a vessel, like a bucket or something. It's a really unique device, and I tried it out, and it gives hot water, close to very hot water. So that's a heart and soul of my showering system. And as you see right here, I bought this, I think 45 or 50 gallon or so, big tote. And I'm going to stand in here, basically. I don't really want to set it up now because it's a lot. I'm kind of tired today. So I bought this really big tote, which I'm going to stand in. That's my idea, to stand in. And I have this shower curtain. I'm gonna hang the shower curtain to the ceiling of the metal ceiling of the van using very strong magnets. And I'm gonna stand there and put the shower curtain inside the tote, and use this to put hot water in containers, or use the shower. It has a shower head. I don't know if that's gonna work well. And I'll be able to use 2 or 3 gallons to really bathe and clean myself and feel comfortable. So I'm still experimenting with this concept, but that's how I'm going to bathe in my van. The only hard part would be emptying the bath water. I'll probably pour it into a bucket and secretly throw it somewhere, water some plants or something. But yeah, that's my showering contraption. Some extra little things I got. I installed these cargo nets that were originally made for sailboats that were in my old van, and they give me a lot of space on the ceilings. As you see, I have 3 of them. They're held up with very strong zip ties. I got one of these. I know they're very popular right now. I got one of these O-Night LED light bulbs that look like a real light bulb, and it plugs into USB. So I like that it's not too bright. I'll see how that works for me for extra lighting. I use these too, these ones that are, you know, battery powered, and I put a magnet on the back of it, a real magnet, because they come with little cheap ones. I use these, and I'll see how this works. It looks cool. And I never really buy things that are advertised on television, but Walmart has a whole section of items that are advertised on television. And I found this. It's just basically a clone of these new fans that have a very high-powered battery. And this one's, I like the design of this one. It has a tabletop setting. As you see, it has little tabletop rubber feet, and it has a very strong clamp and 3 speed settings. So I'll see how this works. I like it so far. It's only 9 something, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a couple more of these just in case this one breaks. I have another really special low voltage a 12-volt fan I'll show you in the future, but I like these because they're small. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.